Okay, so what you did for me last time, I really, really, really loved. But then I was thinking maybe I want to go a little more blonder on the top than just my natural hair.
Yeah.
Kind of
like a heavier highlight.
Yeah. However, I do know I can be very low maintenance, and if I do that way, would I have to, you know, I don't know which one is better for like my lifestyle.
In between that one, these kind of might be a little
too.
Yeah.
But I also did really love this.
Okay.
Just
we can do a little bit more.
A little more.
But also your root last time was longer. So it's gonna feel blonder regardless, since your root isn't as long as it was when we did last time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly, I just want to go lighter. I trust you.
Okay.
So.
And then the tone. Did you want to do the same tone, or you want to do like more neutral, like these photos? Because we did a violet gray tone last time. It does fade to this though, but.
I also like how this faded too. Like this was great.
Because if we do a more neutral tone right now, it might fade a little bit warmer. Because the ashier tone makes it fade. Like pretty.
So then what do you suggest?
If you want it to fade the same, I would do the same.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know it's gonna fade to this.
Yeah.
And that way, like, it cancels out a lot of, and it fades bright too. Because that toner fades like a bright blonde. The other toner fades to like a tannish blonde.
Okay.
Like a beigey blonde.
Yeah.
It's not as like bright of a blonde.
Okay. I will go what we usually do then.
Okay. Yeah. The one we did last time, the like violety gray, and then have it fade to this.
What do you think?
I would do that because I would want it to last as long as possible.
Yeah.
And I would prefer a bright blonde than like a beigey blonde fade. But
I do prefer a bright blonde fade.
Then we'll do what we did last time, and then just anticipate it fading like these photos.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I have a returning client. We're pretty much doing a touch-up of what she currently has. She did express that she wants to be lighter, which is perfect because she did come in a little bit sooner than she normally does for her hair. You can see her roots are pretty much grown out. There's a good amount of regrowth there. I would say she waited about 7 months since her last touch-up. And so pretty much today, since she wants to go blonder anyways, we're just going to be picking out most of that dark and depth from everywhere. And that's going to help keep the mids and ends nice and solid, and then also help blend the root. Now, I always start in the back because since we're going to be going a lot blonder, this is going to take a while. I would say this probably takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to foil. And because of that, I start in the back, because if the back is ready where I started, then I can rinse that when I'm done foiling. It just makes it a lot easier to rinse out as we go and as she's ready. So I'm starting in the back around the nape, and if you're new here, I usually will do the same placement on almost everybody unless they show me a picture of something completely different. But that kind of just varies. So for the most part, I kind of do this placement on everybody. I start in the back around the nape, do a few foils. Always around the hairline, I will weave it because I never want a client to feel like the hairline is ever chunky or anything like that. So I'll break that out with a weave, but the rest of the interior, where I'm going to be taking the center back section, we are going to be slicing because she has quite a bit of hair. She wants to be super blonde, so we want to work smarter, not harder. And slicing is going to just give you that high impact and get her the most amount of color with each foil that we do, because we are doing a full, and I want to be smart and strategic with my placement and the hairs that I pick up to lighten. So starting from the back, I am doing a bowl. I usually will dilute like my 20 volume with some 5 volume. I'm using the Danger Jones powder bleach, which is their 9+ levels of bleach. It has a slight blue cast to it, and I love it because it doesn't swell in the foils. I never have a problem with any of it, even if a client has buildup. I've never had my foils like puff up like crazy or anything like that, which is so important, especially when you're dealing with dark hair and trying to get them super blonde. So once I've kind of reached that mohawk section in the back, kind of to the top of her head, I usually will turn them around and we'll start doing the money piece for this section. And right now I'm just doing some detail hairline foils. Again, just like I did in the nape, this is considered the hairline for me, so I always kind of weave this part just to kind of create some softness and blend in her natural with these parts, because I feel like nowadays the trends are kind of changing. No one's really super into the chunky, bold or super bold money piece anymore, which is totally fine. I feel like everyone now wants more of like a blended and soft money piece if they want a money piece at all. So always during a consultation or when I get to this part, I always ask literally every client if they still want the front lighter, and if they still do want the front lighter, I kind of talk them into doing something more blended unless they specify that they want a more chunky solid money piece. But nowadays I feel like most clients are more wanting the blended one, because when it grows out really soft. They can really go and push their hair to that like 3 to 4 month mark before the roots start to really bug them. I feel like if the money piece is too harsh around the hairline, it kind of makes you feel like you need to get your hair done even maybe 2 months or around that time versus a 3-4 month mark. And the whole point with this type of color and this placement is to really have something that's gonna fade and grow out nice. And going along with that too, I am now doing her side money piece. I did some weaves around the hairline, and now I'm doing some slices diagonal backs behind my weaves. This is going to create the effect that the front is lighter than the back, because after that diagonal back slice, I'm going to take up these horizontally up the head. And again, that section right above the ear, that's still considered the hairline for me, so I am going to weave that. Just generally everything around the hairline I just like to weave, because in the past, whenever I feel like I've sliced it or just created something a little bit harsh, it just doesn't grow out as pretty and soft and blended in my opinion, and I just rather not deal with having that grow out harsh. So it's just kind of like a safety net to kind of just weave the entire hairline. And then if you do want the front to be lighter and have that bold color, you can definitely add a slice behind that weave, but just to have some of their natural to kind of break up the lightness around the hairline. So now I'm taking these horizontal side sections, and the spacing on this whole placement really depends on where her longest dark pieces are. So all the dark that I left out last time, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. So that's why this placement is really useful, because we're using a lot of horizontal lines or sections within this placement, and it makes it really easy for me to section out when I do her touch-ups. And that's how I feel like it makes it a lot easier when we do touch-ups every time they come in. And here you can see we lifted her to about a level 9 and 10, and just depending on her hair felt really good. I would say some of the ends left a little bit more on the warmer side, so I'm just kind of like leaving the lightener on the ends and letting that process for a little bit longer. So now I'm going to be going in with the Danger Jones gloss toners, which are my go-to because they are so hydrating and so pigmented that I feel like whenever my clients get their toner done, they feel like their hair has gotten a treatment or something, because it has Bonder in it and it's just amazing with ashy pigments. So for her root shadow formula, I did a mixture of the 5-1 and the 6-01. And then for her color on the mids and ends, we did the artistic toners for a couple of reasons. I generally, on my clients who are naturally a level 4 and below and tend to fade extremely warm, I typically try to explain to them that doing an ashier toner sometimes can help eliminate some warmth as it fades out. And that's why we use the artistic toners, because the artistic toners doesn't have a level to it like the gloss toners do. So I find that whenever I do the artistic toners on my clients, they definitely fade out a lot brighter, and like a brighter blonde versus if I were to do the gloss toner. So that's kind of what I was explaining to her in the consultation. And so I generally, if they want something that is going to fade out really bright and less warm, toning it a little bit extra ashy and using something that doesn't have a level that is more similar to the artistic toners does help with it fading out less yellow and also a lot brighter.
Oh my gosh, holy shit.
It looks better, right? Like
yeah,
it's blended.
it does.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let me finish your haircut. Alright.
Holy shit, it looks so good. Damn. Ooh.
Yay! So good. Now you're ready for Europe.
Oh my god, you're all ready. Wow. Oh my gosh! Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. This is so good.
Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look. I absolutely loved it. I feel like this is going to fade out perfect and really just like last her a long time. I probably only see her once a year for her hair, but she was going on a trip, so she wanted her hair done a little bit sooner, and we were able to get a lot of that dark out and just get her a lot lighter than before, and it just looks so seamless and so soft. And as this fades out too, she can maintain some of the ash with purple shampoo, but she also lifted so perfectly with the Danger Jones bleach that she will also love the way that it completely fades out if she chooses not to use purple shampoo at all. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.